All right, welcome back to the next episode of the CG Sitdown with your hosts Lane Hebert,
Clay Weedle,
and Andrew Preeb.
Today we're joined by a special guest,
Andre Patton.
How's it going, Andre?
Pretty good.
It's been a while since we've seen you here.
It's been a while since I've been here. Feels a little weird.
How's it feel to be back in the building?
New. You got arrows on the floor. Everything's COVIDed out, but it's good to be back, I guess.
Yeah, because I guess the last time you were here was pre-COVID,
Before spring break.
Before spring break last year, yeah. Heading into baseball season.
Because we didn't have any regulations or anything.
Nope. Just running around like crazy people without masks on.
Yep.
I don't even remember what it was like to not wear a mask anymore.
Yeah. At first, whenever I had to start wearing masks all the time, it was a big thing. I didn't like it, and now it's like I don't even notice it
It's
at
just
a part of everyday life at this point.
Like, it became the norm.
It's procedure.
Yeah. Which, I don't know, do you think, has this COVID thing affected you a whole lot?
A lot actually. With wrestling in college and everything, before our Christmas break, we had 3 events that were scheduled, and each time somebody on our team would have to get tested for COVID the day before, and our test that we had at the time would take 2 days, so we wouldn't be able to attend the tournaments and stuff. So we missed our entire pre-break schedule.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're going to Central Christian now, and how's college life so far? Is it?
College life's pretty good. You know, I don't live on campus. I actually live at home still because it's quite a bit cheaper that way.
Mm-hmm.
But classes are going good. It's a lot easier than high school because.
Is it really?
Oh yeah, way easier. Like for instance, I have 2 classes a day, 3 on a busy day. So I'll go there and I have a class at like 8 a.m. Tomorrow my schedule is like 8 a.m. I have a class. Then I have like 2 hours. I'll go to the library and work on my homework, and then I have 2 more classes and practice, and then that's my day. So it's a cakewalk compared to high school.
Yeah.
That's something I'm excited for. Everybody I've talked to, they say college is easier. And because you can focus all your time towards college. I'm probably not you specifically just because you're wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
But like, say someone like me who doesn't have a sport, you just focus on solely college and work. I've heard it's just a lot easier.
Yeah, because I try to work on my homework until at least 2 every day.
Yeah.
So like I don't stay behind or anything. Like even if I get out of classes early, I'll go to the library until 2, and then at 2 I'll be done at the latest usually, and I'll get all my stuff done for the next day.
Mm-hmm.
It just works out well.
So for your classes, are they just hour-long classes, or are they longer?
They're all about an hour 15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because with this year our schedule's changed up quite a bit.
Yeah,
We've had like
Yeah.
3 different schedules. I think.
Yeah,
2.
first semester was a completely different schedule than this semester.
Because we had a block schedule, so Monday, Wednesday, Fridays we would have hours 1 through 5, and then Tuesdays and Thursdays we'd have hours 6 through 8. And so the Monday through Friday classes would be an hour and a half, and the Tuesday, Thursday classes were 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And we went from block to hybrid, I think they're calling this.
Yeah, so this is Monday, Wednesday, Friday is a regular 45-minute full schedule.
Yep.
And then Tuesdays are even days, so we have 2, 4, 6, 8. And then Thursdays are 1, 3, 5, 7, and those are hour and a half classes. It's a lot to try to figure out.
Yeah, it's
especially the first week
at first, but you definitely get used to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The first week back, because I don't have a first hour, so I was used to being able to sleep in, or if we have morning basketball practice, go home and shower.
Yeah.
And then the first Tuesday, since the second hour is when it starts, I didn't realize I'd be back at 8 o'clock, and I got an unexcused absence for it. And now I figured it out now, but it's been pretty tough, just trying to learn everything again.
Yeah. So, in college, what are your classes like? Are they pretty full, or are they smaller classes?
At my college only has about 350 students on campus, so it's already pretty small. And then I think like somewhere in the 90% of them are all athletes. So a lot of our classes are kind of divvied up into, basketball has classes together, baseball, softball has classes together. And then wrestling gets done with cheerleading for some reason. I don't know why. Probably because those are 2 of the smaller teams on our campus.
Yeah.
But my class sizes are like about 25 to 30 kids, not very large.
So
just about here.
Yeah.
And then
Just
I have
a little
one class. It's a bigger class, and there's 4 groups, split into 4 groups, and 3 of the groups attend at one time, and then one of the groups has to Zoom to class. and they just rotate through that rotation.
I see. So do you guys have pretty strict regulations on campus there then?
Yeah, you have to just basically wear a mask at all times, and then each time you leave the class, you have to sanitize your desk. They have like alcohol wipes. You have to sanitize your desk.
So sounds about like what we're trying to do here and keep everything going. So
we have to fill out a survey every day for wrestling. It's called Kong IQ. It's an app on our phone. It's a 12-question quiz, and you have to basically just say no to everything unless, one of the questions, obviously, you've been in contact with somebody or something.
That's about what we do at Walmart every day.
Yeah, you have to do that every day. And then, my coach takes temperatures every day, and then that's basically all the procedures we have with that.
Yeah. So how's the wrestling season going?
Well, to kind of take you back to the whole start of everything, I was being recruited by the head coach there. His name was Tom Carr, and he actually moved schools over the summer. So I found out like 2 weeks before school was going to start that he left, and that was like a big thing for me because I really liked him as a coach and everything. And our new coach, his name's Tim Prescott, and he was actually I think a Division II national champ, and he's a really good guy. And but like the first day of practice, I got there and he was like, "Okay, we're doing a 4-mile run today, and it's going to be timed." And I thought he was kidding with me. And he's like, "No, you guys got to step on the line." So we had to run 4 miles on the first day.
That's tough.
It was nuts.
So he's pretty serious.
Yeah, and that was – we had 2 weeks of school and then we started practice. So we were getting right after it. And he was really whipping us into shape. I mean, another workout we did was we had to run 2 miles with a 45-pound plate. We had to carry it, and if we sat it down, we all had to start back over.
That sounds like borderline abuse.
It was pretty crazy, and we've done all sorts of crazy stuff. Like he had us doing sprints for 45 minutes one time. The massive hill in McPherson, the big overpass or whatever?
Oh, yeah.
We had to do hill sprints on that for an hour one time.
Oh, my gosh.
He just makes us do this kind of stuff. But I really see a difference whenever I'm drilling and going live. And the 2 matches I've had, I've seen a big difference in my cardio and everything.
Yeah. So I bet that makes high school seem like a cakewalk when it came to wrestling for Hillsboro.
Oh, yeah.
Even though I've heard some of the stuff you do there, that's no easy task either. But that's just a complete step up.
Yeah.
It's definitely a step up in levels, and the expectations are so much higher. But there's a lot of other things that are nice with it. Like, we go on the road a lot. Well, when we are going to meet and stuff, we go on the road a lot. You get your hotel room paid for. You get your meals paid for. I'm getting a part of my schooling paid for, so it's a job in many ways,
Yeah.
Right. And Central Christian's an NAIA school, right?
Yeah, correct.
And so, do you ever go have matches against other schools that you have to fly to, or are they all in Kansas driving distance?
I think we're going to drive to all of them. We don't ever fly or anything
What's
like that.
the farthest away you have to have?
Well, we were thinking about going to one in Arkansas or North Dakota.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so pretty big drives, but the only trip that I've made so far is a 3-hour drive to Hastings, Nebraska.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So when you guys go on to different places for matches and stuff, does the whole team go, or is it just?
For the most part, it's only the people competing right now. But I think mostly that's just due to COVID.
Yeah.
If also missing classes. So if I'm not going to compete, there's no reason why I need to miss class, and also miss workouts and things like that. Just to go on the road with the team, especially with COVID, it just makes things more complicated.
Yeah. How big is the team there?
We've actually started dwindling down.
Yeah.
At the beginning, we had I think 15, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Now we only have like 12, I think, because one guy, he got kicked off the team for being an idiot. We got another guy who just went home because of some mental health reasons, and then another guy, he just didn't come back. I never got to talk to him as to why he's not.
Did he just leave during Christmas?
Yeah, he just didn't come back after break.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people, a couple of people I work with, they decided that with COVID and everything, they did 1 semester in college and they're going to just wait it out until COVID's kind of over and eases up. They just couldn't, I don't know if they weren't learning good enough in class or what. But.
That's actually, my coach keeps saying it's an asterisk year, basically meaning people aren't going to, there's a lot of really good kids in wrestling that are taking it off right now, and they're not going hard because they know that this year isn't really going to count. It doesn't count for eligibility. So next year I'll be a freshman as far as eligibility goes, and I'll still have 4 years. But he says that this is where we can catch people, and we can, we got to work hard to catch up to them and take everything really seriously.
Yeah.
And so that's basically, I've been trying to buy into what he preaches, basically.
Right, because even if it is an asterisk year, everything you do counts.
Yeah, and they're still going to put, a national champ on the podium.
So you might as well just take advantage of it.
And if you're still putting in work, Like, do you practice every day, or is it?
Oh, yeah, every day. I practiced every day for since 2 weeks into school, pretty much. You
get the weekends off, right?
Not all the time.
Really?
Yeah, sometimes, like New Year's, for instance, we were supposed to have a 3:30 practice. So, New Year's Eve and then New Year's Day.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be like January 1st. And we were at practice on New Year's Eve, and Coach just goes, "Oh, by the way, we have a 6 a.m. tomorrow." And then
gives you no chance to have any fun.
Yeah, I stayed up till 3, which was a mistake.
Yeah, I bet.
It was a big mistake because he didn't take it easy on us either. It was a pretty hard practice.
Is it hard to balance your practices in school or in your social life too, or is it?
Well, I've kind of gotten to a little bit of a groove.
Yeah.
Obviously cutting weight is a big thing for me. My natural weight is about 180, 185 in between there, and I'm actually wrestling 157. And in order to maintain, good balance where I'm not cutting 15, 20 pounds every week, I got to work out twice a day. Eat less, drink a little bit less once I get closer to weigh-ins, and it does get pretty tough sometimes.
Yeah,
trying to balance all that.
I can't imagine having to be 33 pounds or 23 pounds under your natural weight.
At first,
that'd be tough.
I can't lie to you. I thought I was going to die the first time I made it down there. I actually remember it's the only meet that I've been to, Hastings College. We got there and I was 1.5 pounds over still, and we had 1 hour, and I just had to jog the whole hour. And my jog speed was almost a walk speed. But after I got down there, I've been maintaining my weight really well. I feel really good, and my body just kind of got used to functioning at this weight. And the reason why I went down to 157 is because we don't have anybody else for that weight class.
All right, so you said you wrestle at 157, right?
Yeah, correct.
Is that your preferred weight class, or if you could choose, would you wrestle at a different weight?
If I could choose, I'd actually wrestle at probably 165. In high school, I wrestled 160. My junior year, I was 153, and I made the weight obviously easily. And then my senior year, I was about 165, and I had to cut 5 pounds, but that was pretty simple. Yeah. Now I'm about 180 walking around, so it's a bit harder to get down to the 160 range. But 165 would definitely be better for me.
Right. And, I mean, I feel like if you would wrestle at your natural weight, would it just not go good? Because you're just a natural lighter wrestler?
Everybody cuts weight.
Everybody does?
It'd be very, very tough for me to wrestle, at 174. That's a big weight class. Those are some big guys who are very strong, very powerful. It's a whole different style of wrestling once you get up heavier because in high school I was a lighter guy, so I would wrestle a different style. I'd wrestle more quick pace, speed. But once you get up to the higher weight classes, there's a lot more power involved.
So would you say the 174 class, would you say that those guys are naturally 195?
Most definitely. Actually, our 174 came in this year at 205.
Really?
Is that what you weighed? Yeah.
Wow.
So when you try to cut weight, is there, besides working out, what's the diet you try to stick to?
I mostly stick to salads and chicken breast.
Yeah. So just
basically all I eat.
Stay away just proteins and stuff. Just trying to stay away from carbs.
Hard-boiled eggs.
Yeah.
Tuna salad.
Do you still drink Pedialyte on wrestling days?
I actually cut that out because I have to go on a low sodium diet because the sodium makes me retain water. So by eating less sodium, practically almost as close to none as I can get, I'm able to just completely flush my body out. Because I do a week water cut.
Yeah.
So at the beginning of the week, I'll drink a gallon of water, and then each day I cut that in half all the way up to the meet day, and then on the my body gets used to flushing out a gallon of water every day, and so the water weight comes right off.
So is that pretty hard on your body, or do you get used to it after a while, or?
When you don't do it the right way.
Yeah.
So in NAIA, it's a lot more precise than in high school, and you have to be a lot more consistent with it. And so at the beginning of the season, they took fat pinches on me, and I measured 17% body fat, and they took my weight and they made sure I was hydrated. So they put all this into a calculator and add it all together, whatever they do, and then each day there's a certain amount that you can weigh. So each day going down, it took me 50 days until I was able to get down to 157. So that was obviously over the course of 50 days.
So there's a lot more science behind it now than high school.
It's a lot more safer too because they won't let you like cut weight. So they won't let you cut weight the wrong way, but it still happens.
Because I'm sure it can get pretty unsafe if you do it the wrong way and you're trying to cut weight too fast.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what happened during the fat pinch procedure, as you mentioned?
So they basically just took a pinch on my tricep. They have like this little clip gun. It looks like one of those hand clamps that you like pump in and like clamp something together, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
And they squeeze it, and there's like a little dial on there, and it says like, oh, this much body fat percentage. Then she did a belly pinch on my belly and then on the middle of my back, and then added them all together or whatever she does, and that was 17%. Yeah.
And have they done that since the first time, or was it just kind of a one-time deal?
It was a one-time deal. Yeah.
Do you think they'll do that like beginning of next year too?
Oh yeah, it's a thing for every year. You have to get certified, like weight certified, and then they tell you, based off of your body fat percentage, your hydration, and how much you weigh, the minimum weight you can get. And my minimum weight is 151.7. That's like scientifically the maximum amount of weight I could lose.
Yeah. Without going into just negative health.
Yeah.
So one thing I was curious about is is the competition about the same like as it was in high school, or is it definitely a lot harder?
It's nowhere near as close as it was to high school. It's a lot more difficult.
Yeah.
Everybody at the college level is talented. Everybody is, that best guy from their wrestling room in high school. So it's very competitive even just at practice. And the 2 matches that I wrestled in, both the guys by far would probably be some of the best wrestlers I've ever faced.
Yeah.
Did you get a W?
No, I lost both times.
That's all right.
Which, I mean.
So you were talking about how more difficult it is, because I remember me and Andrew went to one. It was just it was a death match.
Oh.
It was like 2 guys just going at it,
It's definitely a battle of wills. Some of the difference between high school and college is night and day. Like I said, everybody's the best guy in there. Everybody has talent. Everybody's good at something. And I would say the mental side also is so much more different. My coach has stressed so much about how, you got to do the right things. It's not just at practice. When you leave practice, you have to work out more if you need to get your weight down. You got to do things the right way. You got to be on top of things in the classroom. He's always on us. And to some degree, it seems like he's hounding us, but he really just wants, the best out of us. He wants to make us into everything we can be. And, like I said, the mental aspect. And he will, say, everybody wants to be a champ until they have to do what champs do. When he's making us do sprints for 25 minutes after a grueling practice of an hour, in a 90-degree room, you're just beating up on another guy for an hour, and then you got to do sprints afterwards, and it sucks, and your body aches, and you don't want to be there.
Saying everybody is talented. They're good at something in wrestling, which I guess I didn't really think about that in high school. Just about anybody can go out for wrestling and try it out, but only the best make it to college if they go down that path.
So you said everybody's good at something at this level.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say is your go-to move, or what are you best at when it comes to wrestling?
I would say I'm best on my feet. I'm pretty quick, and I'm good at getting in on legs, to try to take somebody down. And all this is probably foreign to most people who are watching this because they don't know a whole lot about wrestling. But
we're here to inform.
Yeah. Probably I'm best on my feet. That's what I would definitely say.
So you've got the best chance of winning when you're not down on the mat?
Yeah, that's what I would say. Probably.
If that's even a wrestling term, I don't know.
Yeah, that is wrestling term. Yeah.
Nice.
I know my stuff.
Yeah. I didn't make it to any of the wrestling meets last year, but I wish I would have after hearing Clay and Andrew talk.
Yeah, Clay, you want to talk about our experience there? It was quite the atmosphere.
I didn't expect much from it. I thought it was just going to be a sweaty gym with dudes wrestling in it. But
that is a
when
stereotype.
We walked in, I know. But when we walked in, we got stamps and stuff. I'm just thinking, okay, this is something. And then, it's light, just on the mat. There's just and everywhere else it's pitch. It's almost dark.
It's kind of like going to a musical. Everybody's dark except for the stage.
And then it's 2 gladiators like in the arena, just going after each
That's what
other
it's
while you're
about.
up in the crowd, just cheering them on. It's the best thing ever.
That Hillsborough student
pure-
section gets lit.
Yeah.
Yeah, to
It's-
break that day down for you a little bit, I had a choir thing at Bethany all day, so I wasn't even at school, and that was our senior night, and we ate in their cafeteria. So I showed up to the facility 30 minutes before weigh-ins, and I was 2 pounds over.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And I just had to go balls to the wall for like 25 minutes and just try to get my weight down.
Yeah.
Right.
And I was perfectly on weight.
Really?
Yeah, I think I could weigh like 162, and I weighed 162 exactly.
Nice. No, that would have sucked if you couldn't wrestle, because that was like the one time we were able to catch you, because you guys
Yeah.
rarely wrestle in Hillsborough.
Yeah, we only had like 2 meets a year.
Right.
in
So
Hillsborough.
it was hard to try to catch you, but we made sure we could, because I know you said before that it would just be cool if Canton-Galva people would be able to come to watch. So we
Mhm.
tried to make it our mission on senior night.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So before you'd mentioned that you do workouts about twice a day, you said.
Mhm.
Now, what do those consist of? Is it?
So in the morning I'll wake up wherever my weight's at. I'll say, let's say I want to eat and drink. So like a bottle of water, that's a pound,
Mhm.
and a good meal is like half a pound for me. So like a salad or something, get me filled up. I'll go on a run for 20, 30 minutes and with a bunch of sweats on. Sweat off some weight, eat my breakfast, go to class, go throughout the day, eat lunch. I might take a nap before practice or something. And then once I hit practice, I'll be able to I'll work out at practice, and that's usually all the workouts that I do for a day. Then once I get 2 days out from a meet, I'll start working out 3 times a day. So I'll work out in the morning, practice, and then at night after I eat dinner. That's what my coach actually suggested to me, because I was having a talk with him one time. I was like, Coach, I don't really know if I can make it down to 157. And he's like, you can. It's about how badly you want to do it. Are you going to work out 3 times a day, or are you just going to rely on practice to get your weight down? It's really a lifestyle. You have to do it outside when nobody's watching, cold in the morning when you don't want to do it.
Yeah. So a lot of cardio then is.
Yeah, mostly I just run. Whenever I'm trying to get my weight down, I run. Or run around town. I got a little track I do. It's like 2 miles or something.
Yeah.
And
My cross-country experience, I could get you hooked up on some loops in Canton.
yeah,
You could probably be quite the cross-country runner yourself with all the cardio you got to do.
yeah. I really like. I don't like running as much because it's pretty high impact. Like it hurts your knees after a while,
Mhm.
especially when you're trying to cut weight and you're a little bit dehydrated. I like bikes, like riding bikes or rowing machines. Those are really good because they're just super low impact. You like barely get sore from them, but you can still just shed off so much water weight.
Yeah.
You ever tried water aerobics?
Yeah, I tried swimming a little bit a couple weekends ago. I went swimming for like an hour, and it worked out really well.
So does Central Christian, do they have a pretty good training facility there?
Actually, Central Christian is one of 2 NAIA schools with a wrestling center that's off campus.
Mm.
So that's pretty cool, and we're just now finishing building it up. Actually, that's something we can really talk about if you want to dive into that.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
where's it located?
So the old laundromat in McPherson?
Yeah.
It's over there by like the electric place, like where you pay your bills or whatever.
Yeah. On Kansas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Down by train
where-
tracks, kind of.
Yeah, where right across the street from where the carnival is,
Yeah.
all that stuff.
Yeah.
So they bought that building and they cleaned it all up, and it's still in a process. It's not complete yet.
Mm-hmm.
But whenever I first got there, the first weeks of school, we actually were in there painting, cleaning up the floor so we can get the mats down. And now we have mats down. We practice in there every day. We're waiting on the wall mats though.
Oh yeah.
Occasionally, we have people get tackled into these brick walls, and it's not fun.
I bet not.
To say the least. We actually had somebody get tackled out the front door a couple of times. One of the girls threw another girl out the front door
Wow.
when they were wrestling.
So is it like, do you guys have to go get sponsors to pay for like the training facility, or is it all through the school, or how does that work?
Actually, there's this guy. His name is slipping my mind right now, and this isn't good because it shouldn't be.
Mhm.
But he's this old dude, and he graduated from Central in like the 60s or something like that. And he used to live in Wisconsin, but he moved here when we bought the wrestling facility about 2 years ago. And he's a retired contractor, and he's built the entire facility by himself for free,
That's pretty cool.
completely donated. And I think they said he's put it in over like 500 hours or something like
Dang.
that.
Quite a college
Yeah.
booster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool to see people in the community like that are helping out and
Yeah,
doing
and,
their part.
before Prescott got there, our wrestling team really kind of has had a bad, tarnished reputation, and he's really working hard to help us rebuild and rebrand ourselves as being, good, outgoing guys, and just helping us rebrand is like a really big thing that we're trying to do right now.
Would you go as far to say he's the Coach O'Connor of Central Christian?
Coach O'Connor
We can cut that if you want.
is quite a bit more proven than Prescott is at this point, but
Yeah.
I definitely think he's gonna be O'Connor-esque
Yeah.
when it's all said.
It's a legendary family, and they've only been here for a handful of years.
Yeah, that's true. Are you starting? So, are you liking the new coach, Coach Prescott?
Yeah, he's definitely an amazing coach, and he's helped me out so much. And even just talking to him about, anything, he just knows so much about the sport of wrestling. Anything I want to learn, he'll teach me. Anything I want to, if I want to train my mentality, the mental aspect of the game, he'll help me out with that. If I want to learn how to do a shot perfectly, he'll stay in the wrestling facility hours after practice, making sure that I can get everything perfect. He'll always come up and open up the wrestling center if anybody wants an extra practice. He's a really good coach.
Yeah, I think if you want to succeed in something, you definitely have to have a coach that's willing to do that type of stuff for you too.
Yeah.
And help you guys out.
But I heard that you were training.
Big Haas?
You've been working out a little bit, Clay?
just a bit.
You slowed out quite a bit, I've noticed.
Well, I kind of fell off the. I don't think so. I kind of fell off the horse just a little bit, like when school started, because once it started, like I just got tired because of being here all day. It just exhausted me like mentally, and it's just like I don't really want to do anything today.
Yeah, you need the mental rest sometimes.
Well, yeah, you do until it's a few months down the road and you haven't picked up a weight. So February 1st, I'm getting back into it. But
Tell you what, I dropped my weights class.
Yeah.
And my dad wants me to get back into it.
My height, like during my prime, I as I call it, I was benching about 230. I quit at like the wrong time. I was so close to getting 250, and I was really proud of myself. And then because I would see the weights that you guys lifted, because like Coach O'Connor would post those, I'm thinking, oh, I'm so close to catching up to this guy. I just need to put in a little bit more. And then my squat was, I think, 400.
No way. That's impressive.
350 or 375. It was like
Do you know what you put on the sides?
Huh?
Do you know what you put on the sides?
On the side, like on the bar?
sides of the, yeah.
Like a whole bunch of 45s. like.
So it's safe to say you're a little bit of an animal on the inside there.
Just a little bit. I just need to.
Wish,
like you said, I need to toughen up. I need to know how to channel it.
You just need to hone those.
I wish I could find
those edges a little bit.
Bench press video. Paula sent me a video of him doing the bench press,
Yeah.
and he was wearing elbow wraps, and he was wearing his his white Air Forces. And Paul was filming him, going, "Come on, Clay, you can do it. Let's go, Clay." And then
She
he hits
wasn't,
it.
but okay.
I actually.
I'll find the video and I'll.
Okay, but I know she wasn't. She was just like, I remember what she said. Are you done? Like after I did one.
Yeah, but there's the "Come on, Clay, you got this."
In our fall training, I actually was able to bench press 245 one time.
Dang.
So I was like, my max on that. We didn't ever really max out on anything.
Do you do a lot of weightlifting, or is it?
Yeah, we do. We weightlift twice a week.
Yeah.
Tuesday and Thursday we weightlift. In
So
season.
so they do let you weight lift.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Well, like, I just thought, like, I know you gain muscle mass, and that's more poundage, so they.
Most of the things we do are for density. So like, just make sure that we don't lose any strength that we got in the off season.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah. Well, should we wrap it up? Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
follow me on Instagram at andre.patton24.
All right.
Okay. Go follow.
All right, Andre. Well, it was a pleasure having you.
Thank you guys for having me on.
Yeah, we really learned a lot.
And this was another episode of the CG Sit-Down with Lane Hebert, Clay Weedle, and Andrew Preeb. Thank you guys for having me on. We'll see you later.